Good evening and welcome to Alley 59 for what is now our 13th?
I think so.
13th installment of Soul Stories here in Barrington. Yes, round of applause for that.
My beginning dating years were full of anxiety. I could hardly talk to girls, let alone ask them out for a date. And I finally asked out that first girl. And I'm not sure, I don't remember speaking other than maybe 2 words. Hello and goodbye. And we never touched other than when we ran into each other.
We get there and we see this dog and everybody is in love with this dog. Except maybe me. And Ellie's just playing with it and running through the snow and they're buds. And I'm keeping my gloves on as I pet her so that I don't have to get like wet, snowy, gross dog fur on my hands. And the woman who at the shelter, so it becomes clear that this is going to be our dog. She is going to come home with us. And the woman is calling the dog the princess. And I'm like, oh, no. If anybody is royalty in my family, it is me. She is the princess. I'm the queen.
For an issue. So when high school kind of became sophomore, junior year, my peer group started drinking. And even my friends started drinking. And I just always had the attitude of, why? I don't get it. I started to see kids getting drunk and then bragging about how drunk they were the night before and saying things like, I was so drunk I can't remember anything. And I just thought, what is the point of that?
When I get to high school, which is where it seems like from everybody's stories, most of the other feelings start to come in. Boy, did I really feel other. When you're biracial, I think you feel like you're never really 100% one or the other. I guess I identify more as African American for a lot of different reasons. But, when I'm with a group of my African American friends, I'm never really 100% there. And when I'm with my white relatives or white friends, I'm never really 100% there. To deny either half of myself is just not possible. From my mother, my genteel, wonderful mother, who didn't see color. She taught me to hear all sides of the story, to evaluate everybody much more than skin deep. And my father, my strong, hearty father, who grew up poor and in a very racially divided America, taught me to always stand up for myself and that there were going to be people out there who just hated me for the way that I looked, the way that I talked, and weren't going to look any deeper than that I should always stand up for myself, and work on changing hearts and minds.
So we're speeding down these streets, and I'm like, playing it cool. I have the, oh yeah, this is fine, this is cool, it's good. On the inside, I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna die. We're all gonna die. I'm gonna die in a car with tiny things, and there's people I don't know. My mom is gonna be so upset. I don't know. Oh my God. So we finally stop. And I get out of the car, and I literally have a moment where I kind of touch the ground, and I'm like, thank you. And what did we stop for? For her boyfriend to get out of this car to change his shirt and walk around naked for a little bit.
And just then, bounding up through willow trees came 6 huge dogs. I mean, like, really big dogs, like 110-pound dogs. And they look like Great Pyrenees. Great Pyrenees? Beautiful white dogs, except that they were all splotched with black in with the white. They were like border collies on steroids. And Dan turns to me and he says, watch out, I'll bet you we're about to come into sheep. And sure enough. So they hurried us through the willow trees, and sure enough, Dan was right. We came around a corner and there were thousands of sheep. Thousands. I don't know. 5,000, 8,000. I don't know how to count, but they were just coating the steep upland on the base of Matterhorn Peak. And
she looked down at the ground, and then she looked at us, and she said in Spanish, which was then translated to us, She said, through this experience, I have discovered that there is beauty in everyone and that there is ugliness in everyone. And that it was when I was most ugly that I was being most shaped by God's love. Now, I cannot tell you exactly why that story made me just sort of weak inside. I don't know exactly all the places that it touched, but I couldn't get that idea out of my head.
Alicia, can we say thank you to you for being our MC?
Amen.
I don't want to hold everyone hostage here, and I say that lightly. Please understand. But I will say thank you, and I will receive that, because in my own story of feeling other, there was a time where I wasn't sure that I could be received in a place like this. In all of my fullness and with these. And I have been enriched, and I have been blessed. And so thank you for the opportunity to serve in this way. It is truly a privilege and a great blessing from God.